This is the 2024 Range Rover Sport. The 2024 Range Rover Sport has been completely redesigned top to bottom, rethought in all of its details, all of its design, and its approach to everything it does. Range Rover might be considered the ultimate luxury influencer. When Range Rover does something, the market reacts. So what's so interesting about the 2024 Range Rover Sport is the minimalist approach, combining different functions in single buttons and simplifying the interior and the exterior. On the exterior, you'll see still that classic boxy SUV look and feel about it. On the inside, you'll see all the buttons and dials, all of those are gone. There's literally one button on the center console, and that's the stop-start button. There is a palm-sized gear selector, and that's kind of it. Everything else is on the center multimedia screen. If you think that's cumbersome, it's actually not. Range Rover has added voice assistance so you can ask for what you want, and they did something that we have not seen in any other car in the industry, and that is they allow you to choose your own wake word. You can name your car after whoever you would like. Hey, Queen Elizabeth, please turn on the air conditioning, and she will do it. Hey, Helen, set the cabin temperature to 62 degrees. Part of the minimalist approach to design are the seat memory functions. So this is actually the seat control. This controls the back. This controls the seat bottom. But you can actually tap the M and set the memory for 1, 2, or 3 drivers, and then just tap your number, and the seat goes into position where you set it. There is leather that covers every single surface here, leather on the dashboard, leather on the steering wheel. The minimalist approach actually cleared up space for a lot of flexible space. So there's a cubby under here, which is where the wireless phone charging is, and there's actually spot 2 to put a phone there. Then there is a little spot under here with cup holders, but this can actually be moved back as well. So there's a much deeper well in here with 2 USB chargers. And then under the armrest, there's a cargo bin that doubles as a cool box. You can tap this button and it vents cold air into the space to chill your drinks while you're driving. You can personalize your experience by setting up your own user account, and you can connect a phone, you can modify or monitor your off-road settings, wade sensing, so you can actually see how deep the car is in water if you're driving through water. Your energy use, driving style, all of these functions are available here. And then you have your mode selector. And this is where you're going to find your drive modes, so comfort, eco, and dynamic, which is sport, and auto terrain response. And auto terrain response will automatically adjust ride height, 4-wheel drive, and traction to the terrain that you're on. There's a really simple solution that prevents you from having to use that screen, and that is through voice activation. The redesign of the Range Rover Sport was designed to do 2 things. One, to give it a sportier look and feel, simplified, minimalistic, but also to give it sport. So it really is able to do everything that you need for off-roading. The Range Rover Sport comes in several different engine options. There is a plug-in hybrid option. We're driving the Dynamic SE that has a gas engine. It's a turbocharged and supercharged V6 that generates 395 horsepower and 405 pound-feet of torque. The Range Rover Sport is towards the high end of the model lineup. It is not the most expensive, but it is medium price. It starts at $90,000. Ours is $105,000. This one has seating for 5. It's the only one that does not have seating for 7. All other full-size SUVs in the Range Rover family have a 3rd row option. The Range Rover line, Range Rover Sport, and other Range Rover vehicles have been really popular among influencers and A-listers for a long time. It is the ultimate luxury influencer, but here's the great news. At $100,000, it's actually pretty accessible for a luxury car and for something so influential.